Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another planner video, and I am going to throw it back a little bit. I got this idea from Caitlin from Beans and Monkeys. If you have never been to her channel, you should definitely go visit her. She does almost all, if not completely, happy planner videos, and she did a video recently showing some of her past planners that she's used, and I dug these out. These are not just recent planners, these go way back. This goes back to the end of high school. I've got 2001 to 2004 here, and I'm going to walk you through these planners. I have actually emptied out couple of years ago when I was decluttering. I just got rid of a bunch of stuff, but I did keep some of this, and I'm really glad that I did because this was fun going through this. This is actually a Bible cover, and I have a planner inside of it. So I'm just gonna open this pocket right here, and in this front pocket I have a picture that someone took of me in, I want to say 8th grade, probably, doing a book report, and that's not a cast. It was part of my book report. This is when we were homeschooling and taking a writing class, and I don't even know where I got this stationery set. I should give this to Caleb. But that's in the front pocket, and you open it up and have some names and addresses that I don't want to show. But here is like a staff directory from where I used to work. These are some just address sheets for, I would guess, it's an A5 size with the 6, ooh, this has 7 holes. Here is a little pocket. There is nothing in here. I had a little pin loop here, but this right here is my planner, and this is a 3-ring binder, and this is so fun. And this front pocket looks like it was just kind of a catch-all pocket that I had here. This has a tract that I used when I would go on mission trips and we would witness to people. It's a great tract. A bookmark. This looks like, I was looking at this. This is spring, summer of '01, and it looks like I made a calendar on our computer and then printed it out, I guess, with all my stuff. So I see, oh wait, maybe this is a church calendar from, yeah, actually this does look like a church calendar from when I was working the reception desk at church. Here I have, oh, this is when I started my summer internship at my church. I was a youth intern for a summer. It was amazing, but y'all, that is the hardest I've worked in my life, physically, mentally. It was a lot of work. I may have mentioned this in another video. This is a sheet. It looks like I was doing some research on where I would live when I went to A&M. So this is talking about Lancaster Place, where I lived. This is a choir directory. These are some sticky tabs. I might just put these with my planner stuff. Some tabs or some labels for my tabs that I have here. This is a church bulletin from, I believe, my grandparents' church, April 4th, '99, Easter. And these are some of the surveys that I was talking about on my mission trip that we went and did door to door. And I saved these because I thought I might use them again one day. Here's another directory from the volleyball team in high school. And these are some just monthly calendar tabs and some address sheets. And it's so funny looking back on this. I guess I've always been a planner girl and never really realized it, but this kind of stuff, I love it. And this is Day Runner. Okay, and getting into the planner here. Let me zoom in a little bit. I have a weekly tab, and again, I've taken out the meat of this, which is kind of sad, but I have some notes here. A monthly tab, which is probably where all of my calendar pages were stored. This is notes, and this just looks like me tracking how much I was paid. I worked for a semester, or actually it was almost a year when I was off of college from back surgery, and I got a job working with a lady who was kind of high up in Premier Designs jewelry, and I was her office assistant, and oh, it was way too much fun. So this is my work record. This is when I worked as a receptionist at the church. Mileage record, just kind of all this. This is some choreography notes from when I was a dancing snowman in a Christmas production at church. Some math, and then a bunch of note pages here. Here's some business cards, power reading. I took speed reading in high school, actually. So yeah, some of that, some business cards. And these are just the things that come with a planner, like a map, time zone, CPR, all of that. And this is finances, and I'm kind of looking back, I'm like, wow, I was really responsible. Every time I got paid, I wrote down the date and how much it was, and then I put the deposit slips, like when I would deposit the check, into these envelopes. So this was working with Premier. This looks like when I was working at the church, like babysitting here, and I got some more receipt envelopes that are empty. And this is my address book section, which I'm not going to show you because of addresses. But I did have in here one of these, which I still use this kind of thing. This is from Franklin Quest. But yeah, that's it. I have another, this is from volleyball. When I was on the volleyball team in high school, this was our directory. This looks like a card from A&M. Okay, it was just about the 12th Man Student Foundation. No idea what that was for. This is when I was meeting the girls who I would live with my first year at A&M. And there's a Worldview Academy camp brochure. Yeah, I went to Worldview Camp in 98 and 99. It's a Christian camp for kids. It's like for high schoolers, it's learning apologetics and things like that, defending your faith, all of that. So yeah, so that is, I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, that's it for my first planner. And then I have these from A&M, and this one is, I transferred there as a junior. And so this was fall of 2001 into 02. And all three of these planners that I have from A&M are still, I mean, they're all the same layout, but it has all of the, like the holidays and things like that built into it. So there's like a couple ads here, some history. And this was my brain. Like if I didn't have this, I don't know what I would have done. If I had lost this, it would have been bad. Here we've got some songs. We've got some yells. If you're from A&M, you know what I'm talking about. Numbers and things like that. And then we have the monthly calendar. There's a school map right there. And we started end of August 27th of 01. And here we have September. This is 9/11. I actually wrote "Terror Hits Home" right there, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I had a meeting that night that got canceled. But this is, I mean, I wrote down everything that was happening. This was my life. This was social things. This was birthdays. This was meetings. This was work, tests, projects due, all of that kind of stuff. And you could see, and this is pretty consistent throughout all of these planners, but all of my tests are, I put little boxes around like the subject, like 331, that was Health 331. I had a test that day. Did I get I got a 68? What in the world? That's not very good. I ended up getting a B in that class, I remember. An 82 in that class. Oh, I got a 72 in that class. That was logic. That was the hardest class. Yeah, that was the hardest class I had at A&M. And I got a D in it, which D was for diploma. That was my only D when I was at A&M. Here's November, so you could see everything happening, and I am very visual, and so I would put a line through every day. But yeah, so there's the monthly view here. And I ended up, this first summer, I went to summer school and got my certification to be an EMT, or emergency medical technician. So I was going through very intense school. It was a crash course, y'all, in 10 weeks maybe. And so all my medical rotations and everything. And then school started. And here is, we have the weekly view. There's 9/11 right there. And you could see on here, I wrote down everything that needed to happen that day. Even it was just read and highlight new 331 chapter, read Dr. Wiley's email. So all these things, these are all my to-dos and all my tests. And, you know, some weeks are, oh, I mean, that's week of Christmas, so that doesn't count. Yeah, so nothing fancy at all. Yeah, so that's that year. And the following fall was when I started working as a medic for the rec sports department. So you can see things got a lot more busy when I started working. I look at this and I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I was one busy chick. I had a lot going on. I started doing Sports Day, which was a sports program for homeschoolers. I started coaching with that, and then ended up being the volunteer coordinator for that this particular year. And oh my goodness, look at March. That's so crazy. And April. And then this summer of '03, I stayed at A&M and worked a lot. And stayed there and did summer school. And this was also when I became an on-call medic. So I was on call all of these days, and if I needed to pick up a shift, that's what I would do. So yeah, and here's, you know, the weeklies. So a lot of to-dos and things like that. And then my last year, by the way, can we just appreciate how well this hung together? I think something, actually, I take that back. It was rainy and the bottom of my backpack got wet and it kind of ruined that. So that's what happened. And '03, '04, yeah, this was my last year. So yeah, good times. I have quite a few times in the 13 years since almost 14 years since I graduated college. I have gone through here many times and looked up the day. Oh, there's ring day. Yeah. Looked up, hey, I wonder what I was doing on this day on, you know, in whatever year. And it's been kind of fun. Let's see, I'm filming this on May 30th. Okay, well, it makes sense. I probably wasn't doing much. But even I was on, oh, this is interesting. I was on some new meds for my headaches, and I was keeping track of that there. So this is really fun. Oh, I was in a wreck on that day. I don't know if you can see it right there. Sorry. And yeah, so all very interesting. And again, since this was my last time in college, very, very busy. There's Christmas. Ring day. Yeah. So this was really fun. If you are a planner girl and you have planners from the past, I would encourage you to do this video because it's really fun. It's nostalgic to look back at all of this. Again, thank you, Caitlin from Beans and Monkeys, for this idea. If you are not subscribed to her channel, be sure to go over to her channel now and check it out. I will leave it linked below. I hope you enjoyed this today. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up or a gig'em, if you will, if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to hit subscribe. I will put this in my planner playlist so you can check out all my planner videos while you're here. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.